CHICKEN. Use the code CHICKEN in the shop.
Hey Boom Beach fans, welcome back to the channel. Guys, the chicken is here. Don't forget to subscribe, throw that code CHICKEN in the shop. We got a lot of stuff to get into today. We are bringing you the next update sneak peek. This update is going to drop sometime within the near to not so distant future, and it's a crazy one. Look at this, guys, right off the bat. We have rocket choppers coming to the main base permanently. These are going to be a permanent troop, and we have a new hero. You probably saw already from the thumbnail and the title and everything, but yes, Captain Ruddero is coming to the main base. Look at this, guys. We've got it maxed out here in the dev build, and we're going to use bombing run for this one. And let's just, this is going to be super crazy. We got a lot of stuff to go over, so this latest update is promising to breathe new life back into the main base. This is all about the main base. If you love rocket choppers and facing off against Dr.T, you're in for a treat, so let's dive in. So, first off, let's take a look at these rocket choppers in action and Captain Ruddero on the main base, guys. So this will be a little bit of a fun one. Let's see what they can do here. So, we'll go... We don't have any gunboat energy statues, but you still get the idea. You still get the idea. It's just insane. Now, they're not strong enough where you can just drop them and flare to the HQ and forget about it, but sometimes they are. Especially with enough gunboat energy and troop health and troop damage. I mean, look at this, guys. This is crazy. Like, this changes everything, dude. Flying troops on the main base is absolutely absurd. It is insane. They're so overpowered. And like I said, I mean, it's not as bad as just putting into 3x mode, closing your eyes, and just letting them go, letting them run, but it's close. It's pretty close. So they are, they're wildly strong. And you know what it is? You know what the cool thing is about it, at least for me? They're super fun. They're super fun to use. Yes, they're wildly overpowered, but so is everything else in the main base. So it doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't really matter. So... first up, let's talk about the star of the show, the rocket choppers. These flying machines are not just a sight to behold, they come with some serious firepower. Ability to rain down rockets or enemy defenses make them a game changer for our attacks, as we just saw. So let's take a look at their stats over here on the main base. So if we go, that's the landing craft, if we go into the troop screen, and we can see change troop, and then we go to over here to rocket choppers. So 2,280 health at max level, unit size of 14, so we can't stack 2 of them per landing craft. Training cost 94,000 gold, so they are wildly expensive. Movement speed fast, range is long, damage per second 1768, which equals a damage per shot of 617. When destroyed, you get 2 times Zukas that drop out of them, of course. And they also do death damage. People didn't realize this. Same thing with heavy choppers, that they do damage upon death, which is kind of cool. When they drop down, they explode a little bit and do some damage, which is great. So, not only that, we've got rocket choppers, we've got Ruddero. I'm going to do a video on how to unlock Ruddero, but essentially it's the same as every other hero. You're going to find a Hammerman base, and basically it's actually pretty interesting because what you have to do is you get clues. So I think it takes like a week or 5 days or 4 or 5 days, something like that. It might be shorter, it might be longer. I'm not sure exactly on the dev build. I asked, they didn't tell me, but I think it'll take at least 3 or 4 days. And you take down different bases, and what happens is you get little clues. So you get little pop-ups, text messages from like Brick, and I think it's mostly from Brick, and they tell you, like, they give you hints about Ruddero coming, and then eventually a Hammerman base level 60, I think Hammerman level 60, super easy to take down. They show up, and then it'll be like this. They show up, and then you take the base down, and you get Ruddero basically unlocked from there. But look at this, guys. On a lower level base, we can literally just plow them right through. How crazy is that? So yeah, pretty cool stuff, guys. Pretty cool stuff. So that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to show up, and then you'll get a little image here that you've unlocked a new hero, and then you can go back to your hero hut and select him from there. But that's not all. That's not all. That's not even the coolest part of the update, guys. How crazy is that? So... So the next part is we want to talk about Dr.T. So for all you higher level players out there, which is most of them, people watching this video, get ready for challenge. Dr. T has ramped up the difficulty, meaning those who are used to steamrolling through the island might need to rethink their strategies. So what does that mean exactly? Let's take a look. So we'll diamond gem our rocket Choppas back up, and let's take a look at Dr. T. Dr. T is totally revamped, upgraded, it's all new. Let's take a look. So Dr. T now comes with a threat level. So the threat level scales with your starting threat level depending on your player progress. So your maxed out player, it's going to be a little bit higher, and the good thing is, as you progress throughout the stages, the threat level becomes higher, and this is a new concept used to indicate the difficulty of a challenge base. Each base in Volcano and Tropical challenges has a threat rating, with a higher threat indicating a more difficult base. Threat 1 is roughly meant to be a challenge for like an HQ 5, so very early on, very beginner, and each increase in threat corresponds to 1 HQ level. Threat 23 would correspond to a challenge for HQ 27. So this will scale with your HQ level. And it also comes with a new leaderboard, guys. Look at this. So we can take a look at local leaderboard, friends list, global, and we can see who's got the most Dr. T leaf points here, which is pretty cool. So we go out of that, we go into here, and let's take a look. So we've got Captain Ruddero. Now look at this. This is a difficult level 1 base. And we're going to take this on with rocket choppers and the Captain Ruddero, of course, because we got all the new good stuff. I'll probably need statues for this one, because I don't have any statues. I just have max level troops over here. So let's go like this. Let's go over here, and let's go the Ruddster. The flying bomb is so like unbelievably strong, guys. We'll throw this into 3x mode. And we can flare the HQ now, I believe. But look at that, dude. Look at that. So let's try to get through this. I think we'll need some statues, and we'll come right back. So we took down the first 3 stages, and basically how the threat level works is defeating all Dr. T's Tropical Island will increase your starting threat for that event by 1. Next time the event starts, you'll start at a higher threat level. The challenges will be harder and the rewards will be bigger. Threat keeps increasing every time you beat all the bases, and the best players will compete on the event leaderboard, which is really cool. I love the idea of having an event leaderboard. It's so much fun. The rewards stop increasing after a point, and if you do not want to compete, there will be an option to temporarily lower your threat if you just want to collect the rewards and, you know, have fun on like more of a classic kind of style of Dr. T. But I was unable to get any of my statues figured out, so let's see if we can do this. This is going to be a real challenge because we have no statues. We got no nothing. And let's see if we can still kind of figure this out. Alright, let's go Dr. T with that little bomb run, which is going to be insane. Now, it's not as insane because I got no troop damage here, but that's alright. We will figure this out. Or at least it'll show you guys kind of a more maybe realistic way of, you know, how difficult these stages are going to get on us. Okay. Let's go Shocky over here. And I think we're good to flare at this point. Let's do a little bomb run. 3x mode, and boom. So that's Dr. 3, threat 20. Notice the level name is gone. It goes up by threats now, because it shows you, you know, like how hardcore the level you're on is. So the current threat level, it says current threat 17, which I guess is for the event, and then the levels are also called threats, so that's kind of confusing. And with that, we've got 2,000 leaf points, which I'm a little bit unsure as to what that means exactly, because it's not really showing me what the leaves mean on my screen, but that is A-okay. That is A-okay. So we're going to shock, critter launcher, boom cannons. Let's drum up a little bit of gunboat energy here real quick. And let's go Dr. T bomb run. Dr. T, Captain Ruddero bomb run. I'm too excited, guys. I'm getting all my words mixed up. Okay, we're shocking. Having a good time. Don't know if we can barrage out this critter launcher. And let's see, we can get rid of you. And let's move everybody kind of down this way. Alright, let's go bomb run just to get his shield up. Shock as we go, put it into 3x mode, and boom, there we go. threat level 21 has been defeated. So far, this isn't too much of a sweat. But this is the first one. This is also tropical, so it's inherently easier by itself. But I'm excited to see what level 7 is going to bring for us. So strap in, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do this live here for you. Let's go Shocky. And open this up. The rocket choppers are so good, guys. They're so strong. Now, everything else is maxed. I got max level Ruddero, I got max level rocket choppers, so, take it with a little bit of a grain of salt. Even though I feel like not having any offense statues, like at all, kind of brings us a little bit back down to more kind of realistic stuff. So let's go here, and this should be a pretty much cakewalk. And boom, there we go. No problems. They work really well with the heavies, I gotta say. On these, because we're used to using them on warships, right? Where it's like huge decks, huge things, and we throw out the flares like crazy. They work really well in these like condensed kind of main bases where we're just trying to keep them all kind of together more or less, right? So this will be threat level 23, so let's see what happens after we beat this, assuming that we can. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we got the big boy Ruddero coming in hot. Let's do the same thing. Seems to work well when we start him out kind of slow. And as soon as ready turns, I think we're good for our first bombing run. There we go. Very nice. Lots of damage. You can imagine how good this is going to be with like a crap load of troop damage like an operations player might have. I'm going to shock over here actually. And I don't see any critter launchers over on this side, so we can shock that. Going a little bit slower. A little bit more methodical. And let's go critters over here. And Ruddy's not facing the right way for us. We want him to turn just a little bit. If he can, if he does so choose. I don't want him on that mortar either. I want him on that HQ. There we go. Okay, nice little bomb run there in the back. Deal with some of that stuff. Get some extra chip and dip on that headquarters. And slowly but surely, it's about to go down. Boom, there it is. Dr.T, threat 23. So that is Tropical Island, done in real time. It only took about, minus the earlier stages that were pretty easy, maybe 8 or 9 minutes. So, I mean, not a huge endeavor. And let's see. So with that, we get a big explosion. Alrighty guys, so that's all the exciting stuff. Let's back it up a bit, and then I'll talk about the bug fixes and the UI changes and all the littler things that are still coming in this update. So, first off, rocket choppers are available at HQ 23. Captain Ruddero is available at HQ 24. So if you have those already unlocked, you're gonna be able to get them right away. You still gotta follow the steps of unlocking Ruddero. It does take a few days, like I said, to work through the clues and that kind of thing. So, first off, we'll go over bug fixes. So, bug fixes. Battle correctly ends if the player has undeployed troops if there's no GBE to deploy them. Which means less people will be forced into like a force closing thing, which is good. Attack plans can now be set to be used to speed up mine upgrades, which they weren't allowed to be before, which was a bug, obviously, with this bug fixes. Removed music fade out when opening the map. Fixed UI issue that erroneously showed HP boost affecting shield amounts. Fixed graphical issue for explosive drone showing damage per second instead of damage per shot. Added screen darkener to re-roll mission pop-up and boom pass screen to prevent crash that happens due to pressing multiple buttons simultaneously. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, these are like minor little like graphical changes, stuff that doesn't affect the game. When it says like a UI fix, it just means user interface, so it's like the attack button being yellow instead of green. It's little stuff, but I figured there's only a few of them, so I figured I'd read them for you. All units have once again gone through the how to follow flare training, so anyone that wasn't properly following flares is now going to do so. Warships, shield generators will be correctly destroyed when engine room shields are depleted instead of getting set at very low HP. Again, doesn't change anything, just the image of the shield gens exploding, I guess. So, some improvements. This is different. This is gameplay stuff, and pay attention because some of it is actually really important. So the first one, Simo has received a targeting upgrade which allows it to target troops with stealth. I think that's mostly for hidden warriors, but yeah, Yeah, because it already shoots stuff under smoke, so maybe that's all that means. Improved Boom Pass UI error display when the player can't see the reward track due to connection issues. That's nothing. Graphics again. Added a timer to the base showing remaining dive time for the submarine. Reinforce All Troops button is now available from HQ1. Previously, the Reinforce All Troops button did not appear if the player had a new landing craft that had never had troops assigned. The button should now be visible in all situations, which is good. Less players that are starting the game for the first time will go into battle without all their troops, not understanding what they are trying to do. 3 times fast forward button in battle is now available from HQ1. To improve low-level gameplay, heavy units have a scaling training time based on level. So a lot of like early on kind of changes to help players that are first starting, which is great. You know, the more people that can enjoy playing the game right out of the gates, the better the game is going to do overall. A couple more UI things, and we'll get into some more exciting stuff. Buttons previously shown on the left of the screen have been moved to a collapsing panel accessible by tapping the player level indicator in the upper left corner. The panel also contains Path of Glory and Building Suggester buttons. The helper icon remains on the screen, but now only opens the standing orders list. So if we go back to our base and look at this, you can see the standing orders. It's now a little bit cleaner, and then if we go to, we can see here the active events. I've got everything maxed out, so it's not telling us like what to upgrade kind of thing. We can go to, yeah, so I think that is basically all that was talked about there, which is pretty cool. We still got our regular classified items being shown here. Seasonal campaign, this is not shown yet on the dev build. And yeah. So next up, we have the rotation of these events. So we explained how the new Dr.T works and the threat level and all that stuff. So the way the rotation works is each time the event starts, each player can still beat 7 bases. The first base will have a threat level equal to the player's permanent threat. Each successive base will increase threat by 1. If the player beats all bases, their permanent threat is increased by 1, thus next time the event starts, the bases will be harder. The rewards gained from bases will be correspondingly greater, and there's no limit to how high base threat can go, but the rewards stop increasing after threat 26, which I imagine will become difficult. So we talked about the leaderboards. Let's touch on this real quick for a sec. So both events have their own leaderboard. A player's position on the leaderboard is determined by the base with the highest threat they have defeated. To resolve ties, a destruction percentage is calculated from the following base. So, same as warships. You take down the base faster. Did I say by time? Base with the highest threat they have defeated. To resolve ties, destruction percentage is calculated from the following base. Okay, so since the rewards stop increasing after threat 26, some players might prefer not having the challenge continually increase, instead focusing on maximum resources. Once these players achieve permanent threat 27, there will be an option in the leaderboard menu to downgrade their threat. This downgrade can be selected even if some bases have already been defeated. Downgrading sets the player's permanent threat to 26 for the day and adjusts the available bases accordingly. Once selected, downgrading cannot be reversed for the day. If downgrading is selected, beating all bases will not increase permanent threat. All that to say that you can downgrade if you're not worried about competing on the leaderboard. If you haven't, got to the highest level yet, then you don't get the ability to downgrade your stuff to have an easier Dr.T to get the resources, because that's going to affect your leaderboard position, which obviously you can't do. A couple new features for super new level players. They changed the tutorials around, so now they have what's called Commander's Crash Course and Training Grounds. 2 new features have been added to ease new players into Boom Beach. The Commander's Crash Course teaches the basics of base management, map exploration, while Training Grounds focuses on the finer art of combined arms amphibious assaults. That made that one a tongue twister. Also known as base battles. The Crash Course is available straight after the tutorial and consists of 4 sets of missions designed to rapidly get the player up to HQ 5. Completing the Crash Course unlocks the seasonal campaign. If not completed, Crash Course is removed at HQ 7. Training Grounds is a set of battles designed to teach unit selection and handling, as well as gunboat ability use. These battles use the player's ready troops instead of normal rewards. Victories rewarded with gold and time savers. Training Ground remain available until completed. So yeah, that's basically the whole update, guys. And then the rest is just stuff we already went over. Rocket Choppers and Ruddero. Really cool. And yeah, so this update is going to arrive sometime within the next week. So hopefully by, I don't know. Hopefully by next weekend, everyone's flying around with rocket choppers. This is gonna be great timing too, because the warship season is going to end finally, and yeah, we're gonna have some time to have fun with the game and look at all these new things. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting. Apparently you can find leaderboards through the event sidebar after you complete the event. So if we go over here, Dr.T's Tropical Island. Ah, okay. So the leaderboard is still available, but they want to make it more showing off. So I mean, so basically how we increase on the leaderboard is we would have done that Dr.T before, I guess, because we can't do it any more than we already have. So interesting stuff, because we can't go back and do it again. So I guess it's just showing how many times you completed, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, there you go, guys. That is the whole update. A lot going on, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and maybe let's do one more. I think this is the base we had loaded up. Let's do one more rocket chopper Ruddero attack before we sign off here, just because it's so much fun. One more, just for the thrill of it. And let's go something like this. I'm gonna shock those 3 boom cannons. Hopefully keep the rest of them busy. Oh, the HQ is right in front of us. Okay, well, Skull, you certainly made that one easy. So, boom, there it is. So, guys, there's your update sneak peek. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comments. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Catch you next one. Chicken out. Back.